asked Tanya Wick. She's actually executive from Canada. I am part Canadian, so maybe that's why I'm attracted to them so much. But she's missing a cover photo. So this is my LinkedIn audit process. I'm going to actually send this to her after today's event. So she's missing a cover photo. What is missing a cover photo? What can you do better? You can show an action shot. So that's why people taking pictures today, if they send them to my email, I'm going to go, does this look good? Does that one look good? Oh, that'd look great on my LinkedIn. So I can put that on there. Her profile pictures, it's cute, it's not overly done, and it's professional. So I think her profile picture is fine. The heading under her name. When I was jobless, I actually, under that headline, said, seeking opportunities. When I said that, plus I put all my experience in LinkedIn, it gave an executive the opportunity to message me and ask me what I was looking for. So if you put yourself out there, if you're unemployed, if you're laid off, any adversity that you face, and you put yourself out there and say, yep, this happened to me, accept it, and then ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. So she actually has something that she's showing down here, but the thumbnail's broken, so you can't really preview what's going on there. And then, next slide. So you can't read the summary, but when you do a LinkedIn summary, it should be shorter than this. She goes into a lot of detail, but she does have 20 years of experience. She is an executive. That makes sense. So she has a lot of experience. So the summary is a chance for you to tell people what you can do for them. The only thing I would critique in here is that she has I statements. I did this. I am this. My experience is this. So there actually on LinkedIn is a experience section. So try not to repeat your experience in the summary because you need that space to tell people what you are capable of doing for them. So her summary is long, there's I statements, and I would take what she said in her summary and match it with her experience just to make sure she's talking about herself in the right light, which, for her, she definitely is. So, of course, SMART, we all know the SMART. So when you go and actually type out your experience, let's say you volunteered at an organization on base for 3 years. Just because you weren't paid doesn't mean that you don't have experience. So you need to do measurable things. So in here, since you can't read it, I'll go up closer. Well, I still can't read it, but she actually puts in numbers. So if you have measurable things that you've done, so the amount of hours you put in, how many people were involved in the organization at the time, what position you held, how long you held it, and if you are able to, in your experience, talk about what you did and the difference that you made, people are going to go, oh my gosh, wow, I want to talk to them. And then they'll message you, and then once you get a message, then it turns into a lead. So, in your experience, that's where you get the chance to kind of lay out exactly what you've done for your organization. And don't just put out there that you worked for Reset and just leave, because you need to actually put down the experience that you had in that organization so people can resonate with you. So education and volunteer experience, this is really important. So she has a lot, which is awesome, and she's highlighting it the best she can what she has. So she didn't go into detail with her education. In my education, I list all the activities I did, the honor society and all the different cross-country and going and doing marching band and all these things. So I listed all my activities that I was involved in on top of what I was doing. The volunteer experience. So I've directly gotten messages saying, oh my gosh, you've been volunteering since you were 10. I'm like, yeah, I love volunteering. So if you actually show that to people that you've been doing that, they might recognize it and want you to work for them in the future. So endorsements and recommendations. How have I gotten my endorsements on my page? I've actually messaged and asked people what they think of my skill sets, and I've let them actually figure out how to recommend me. And so I ask for recommendations, I ask for endorsements, And then also with endorsements, you can actually go in and start endorsing other people that you know. And what that does is that creates a chain effect, and they want to actually do something. So if you do something for them, they go back and do it for you. So I go and endorse people whenever I can to get endorsements back.